Oh shit, y'all already in here? Hold on. I didn't even start the music. You here early? Oh snap. Wait, can y'all hear me? Let me know, let me know. Hello, hello. I'm here. I hear? Okay, cool. Let me change something. I still haven't quite figured out everything I wanted with. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm still figuring out YouTube. Hold on, let me play the music so we can really get the groove started. Hey, and you just shout out, thank you. Hey. Oh, I gotta do my tags again. I had a link for everyone. Thank you. Can you guys post on Discord that I'm live? Oh shit, did I stop it? We're not ready yet. Hold on. We're gonna do it one more time. Oh, I did stop it. No. Did y'all post on Discord that I'm live? Darius already did? Okay, thank you. Awesome. Perfect. Now hold on 1 second. Why did it stop the music? You told me the internet's tripping. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. I think that's good. Let me go ahead and show my face. Hopefully I look decent. Get the show started. Did we put the link of the YouTube channel? I wanted the link to the actual video to be in the going live section. Seeing as the bot in the Discord will not post it, since I'm not doing it on Twitch. Yes, you will do it, or yes, it's been done. So are you guys doing it, or do I need to do it? Thank you. You're liking the Valentine's theme? Yeah, I did a little soft launch for Valentine's Day since it's literally in a couple days. And why not? You know, as much as the holidays are a part of the capitalistic regime that we are all in, it's still a holiday, and I love to celebrate. I love any excuse to celebrate, any excuse to, you know, be all lovey-dovey and cutesy-wootsy. So I hope you guys have a good Valentine's Day on Wednesday. It's on Wednesday, right? Yeah. You're loving the red. It's not showing up. It's actually pink. This the video kind of messes with the tint and everything. The comments are taking too long to show. I might be able to change that if it lets me change that setting. I had put it on low latency, but if it's still taking forever, that's no bueno. I like that. Maybe next time I'll try ultra low latency. YouTube is its own thing, you guys. I'm gonna have a great Valentine's Day. A great Valentine's. Good, good. I can't wait for you guys to enjoy your holiday. And it's good to see y'all. Thank you guys for showing up again for another martini report. As you guys know, this will be posted on the channel after, you know, we finish the stream. So, you know, just be cognizant of the things that we comment. We're not on Twitch right now. So, you know, YouTube is a bit of a different beast, a bit of a different vibe. So, you know, I will still be, of course, streaming on Twitch, but the martini reports are going to be on YouTube from here on out. I think it just fits the YouTube vibe much better. So yeah, this is where we're gonna do it. I'm still learning, of course, still tweaking some things, getting used to how YouTube does their whole live stream. So if you guys see anything like weird, if I start tweaking, I start glitching, you can't hear me, anything goes around the stream, please let me know in the stream so I can fix it and do better for next time. But yes, so happy Monday. We had quite the weekend. Super Bowl Sunday was yesterday, and not only Super Bowl Sunday, but there was a lot of things that has happened in the past 24 hours. And just the past week in general. So it was very easy for me to put together, you know, this martini report and put together all this information for you guys to discuss. And honestly, we could be talking about a lot of different topics today, but we're going to focus on just a few. You know, we like to do 4 stories, and they might go pretty quickly, depending. So we will get started. I'm going to have to eventually learn how to put, like, do timestamps or whatever for when people catch the playback, and they can see exactly when we start talking about what, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so let's get into the first story. Have you guys heard of gamer leg or gamer's leg? I've been gaming for a long time, since I was like, I think 5 or 6 years old when I first picked up, you know, a gaming controller. And I've never heard of gaming leg. Apparently, if you game for extended periods of time without moving your legs enough, it can cause the blood flow in your legs to become stagnant and leads to blood clotting in the legs. So it's called deep vein thrombosis. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. And it is the condition that this is called, and it poses a serious health risk as the blood clots forming in the deep veins is a serious problem, because the blood clots can break free, basically could clog up and break free and get lodged in the lungs. So it's a huge health risk. Apparently, yeah, this is a thing. I only know about it because of this disgusting picture that I saw come up on my For You page, and I've never seen anything like it. So I'm going to show you guys the video that I saw so we can be traumatized together. And we can know what this thing is. Now, this is wild to me.
You ever wind up with a bad case of gamer leg? This post has been going around recently, and like a lot of people, I was wondering what's actually going on here. To the best of my knowledge, this man does not taste like blue cheese, cookies and cream, or blueberry muffin. Some suggested that perhaps this was the
Yeah, did you see that? It makes sense because your legs switch all the time. Oh, you be sitting in that position? See, I don't... Look at this.
Going around
I'm
recently.
sorry, y'all. This is a trigger warning to anyone that might be eating food or whatever. I thought this was a joke when it first came up on my screen. But I looked into it, and yes, this is an actual condition that this dude had. So, I'm sorry, I had to go back just so we can really get a good look at this. This is absolutely disgusting. This is terrible. This is why we gamers get such a bad rep, because how the hell can you get your leg like that just from like sitting for long periods of time playing? Like, you know what? Let me just let this guy talk.
Like a lot of people, I was wondering what's actually going on here. To the best of my knowledge, this man does not taste like blue cheese, cookies and cream, or blueberry muffin. Some suggested that perhaps this was the bubonic plague, which still does exist, it's just a lot more treatable now. But that's not really what the plague looks like. Others thought that maybe this was something to do with poorly managed diabetes, but that's not really what that looks like either. As it turned out, the leg belonged to Marn, a pro gamer who's known for Street Fighter games, Dragon Ball, and Guilty Gear. So technically, it really was gamer leg. In a Reddit thread from about 10 years ago, he explained what was going on here. It began with some bumps on his foot that he thought were mosquito bites. Eventually, these bumps spread all around his limbs, his arms, his legs, his butt. At first, doctors thought it was something called HS purpura, a type of vasculitis where your blood vessels get inflamed and sometimes your kidneys, which it's not contagious, and also they tested him and he didn't have diabetes. They give him some antibiotics and some steroids, and he's feeling alright during the day, but at night it gets unbearable. He's getting a crazy fever and what he describes as a throbbing, burning pain. And eventually this leads to him passing out on the floor of a casino. At the time that he made his Reddit post, his legs had formed these blisters that were oozing some kind of substance that smelled like rotting flesh.
Oh my God.
He picked something up on his recent trip to Vietnam, but he noted that nobody in his family had ever had something like this. He would eventually have an appointment with dermatologists at UCLA, and they would determine that this actually was vasculitis or was a condition called PLEVA. PLEVA causes these kinds of necrotizing lesions, and they have no idea what causes it. And also, it usually just clears up on its own. They prescribed him some doxycycline to reduce inflammation, and eventually his legs stopped being zombified.
Crazy. That is wild. How long do the people be sitting? That's what I want to know. That's what I'm confused about, because like, I get it, gaming for long periods of time is normal. I've definitely gamed for hours and hours at a time. But you eventually, like, get up to go to the bathroom to get something to eat. Maybe it's because I don't just, like, sit on the game like this. I, like, usually cross my legs. Or I'm always doing something with my leg because I just can't sit proper, like a proper young lady. But that is wild. Like, I looked this up. This is the condition, deep vein thrombosis, a potential threat to gamers. They really have an esports healthcare website, which is really cute. I actually love that. It talks about mental health, physical health, all that kind of stuff. But this is the symptoms. If you scroll down, it gives into a deep explanation about how it works, about the vascular system and everything like that, the valves. You've seen similar symptoms, but not from gaming. Yeah, I can imagine. That looks like something real deep going on. But the fact that it came from gaming is wild. Okay, so let's look at the symptoms real quick. Signs and symptoms. If there is a deep vein thrombosis developing in your leg, you may notice the following signs and symptoms. Also note it is possible but likely to develop a deep vein thrombosis in both legs at the same time. Most often, these symptoms will present on one side in comparison to the other. So if you get some swelling, some paleness, or blue color to your skin. If you're getting coolness, numbing, or tingling. So if you're just sitting there gaming for a while, then you start to feel some tingling, swelling, numbness, discoloration. I think that's a good indication you should get up. Usually it's from age. What, just getting old has your blood clots blood stagnant and blood clots like that? I don't think so. Weakness or rapid fatigue is another symptom. It says the muscles of your leg may feel weak. You know, I have, sat in a certain position for a minute where, your leg starts to fall asleep. Isn't that just called your leg falling asleep? And then you get up and you shake it around and all that kind of stuff. So I guess if your leg falls asleep and you don't try to do something about it, if you just let your leg fall asleep and stay there for hours and hours on end, you could have this problem. This is a medical emergency symptoms of a pulmonary embolism. I've heard that before. So sudden shortness of breath without exertion, increased heart rate, pain in the chest, dizziness, coughing up. Oh shoot, coughing up. Can you imagine sitting there playing Call of Duty for so long that you're stuck coughing up blood? This for gamers. Deep vein thrombosis will likely occur due to prolonged sitting and lack of physical activity, specifically a lack of weight-bearing activity that requires contraction of the calf and thigh muscles. Since this mechanism is specific to gamers, absent of blood clotting disorders or other pre-existing cardiovascular conditions, it's important to get an annual physical. And so they actually even give little little exercises you can do while we're gaming, and I figured that would be important for us to know so we can of course be healthy gamers. You guys don't just stay in that same hunched over position for too long. It says do seated calf raises and toe raises every 15 to 20 minutes. So that's just pressing up on your toes and your heels are elevated off the ground, and then so just lifting up your toes and your feet. Standing calf raises, do some squats and some lunges. Pretty easy, pretty simple. I think that we should probably do some exercises in between gaming in general, because I love gaming, but it does make you feel like a literal just cyborg hog. Especially if you're just eating food and playing the game, and just it's very much so, as much as I love gaming, it is not a good look. It makes us very much look like we're stuck in a matrix sometimes. So now we know, do some exercises, don't sit there too long, don't get gamer leg, because that was disgusting. I did say that happened a few years ago, but I just had to talk about that with you guys because I was traumatized. That post has been going viral recently, so felt like it was good to know. I move enough throughout the day to balance it out. How long do y'all sit how long do you think you sit and play a game for without moving, realistically? Because it is easy to get stuck in a groove when it comes to, gaming. You forget, the time just goes by really fast. I probably, you guys will see me. I've gamed for, 3 hours, 4 hours at a time. But like I said, when I sit I'm always just doing weird things. If you guys see me streaming and I just start shifting like this, because I'm moving around my legs. But how long do y'all think y'all game for at a time? A couple hours at most before you start moving around? I can see that. You always have to get up and get a drink or something. Get up and get some snacks. But you get up constantly. Good. Okay, so the next story is about this TikToker I'm about to show you. She went viral last week for helping out a homeless man. You guys might have seen her, on social media. It was a really, really big story. From what I understand, is she was vlogging and walking to a store when a homeless man came up to her and asked her for some tea, some hot tea. And she asked him to accompany her to the store so she could buy it for him. And then, like, on her way or while they were getting the tea, she also decided to take him to CVS and other stores as well to buy him medication because he said he was in pain, toiletries, and whatever else that he needed. It was a very, very sweet video. She even went so far as to buy him a hotel room for the night. She put him up and she gave him some money. The video immediately went viral with over 5 million likes and thousands of comments rooting for this very heartfelt moment. The girl, she's young, she's in college. I think she was paying for all the things that she was giving him with credit cards that she eventually has to pay off. So people were urging her to create a GoFundMe so they can be a part of the blessing. So the GoFundMe quickly raised over $400,000, and the girl was able to go back to the homeless man like the next day or so with news that his life was about to be changed forever. So, unfortunately, good things often attract the bad. So, because his story went viral and was all over the news, a woman came out to expose him for his violent past and for assaulting her just a few years ago. So now people are having a hard time deciding if the man deserves the money that he was donated or the help that the girl was giving him. It's become a very interesting, I think, moral dilemma that people are talking about. So I thought that would be really interesting. He said Xbox has a timer that tells you every 30 minutes you're on. It has a timer. It just pops up every 30 minutes. Oh, you've been on for 30 minutes? That would get on my nerves. Yeah, let me show you guys her TikTok so we can watch the videos together. Now I have to figure out which one was the one where she helped him. Was
I
this
just
one?
left Chick-fil-A. They getting me and my friend.
No, I don't think it was. Dang, which one was it?
I'm off of 1 hour sleep.
Oh, I think she pinned it. Yeah, this one. This is the original video.
Huh? Tea.
Tea. Some hot tea.
Some hot tea?
Yeah.
Damn. From where? I'm walking to Trader Joe's. You want to walk with me?
Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
All the way up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can stop by Starbucks or something. Say hi to my TikTok. Alright, so we about to go on CVS real quick. So we in here. He about to show me where he gotta go. Because he said he's in pain. So he just got insurance yesterday, but it takes 45 days for his insurance to be active. So I told him, like, I'm just gonna pay for it. So he got his medication. Do you recognize this one? I think this is the one you're supposed to have. I'm gonna ask him. So we have Starbucks now. What size do you want? Do you want like a small one? Okay. Can I get a grande green tea, please? Okay. Here's your green tea. Do you want some napkins? So the CVS we were just at only had one of the medications, but the one he really needs, they don't have it. And he's in pain. He literally cannot walk with me. So I told him, like, stay here. I'm gonna walk to the other CVS and I'm gonna see if they got it. So I made it to the other CVS and the guy was so nice. He gave us a heavy discount. He was like, I applied a good discount. And then I'm waiting for his prescription to get refilled. So I gotta sit here and wait. Guys, I'm so happy they had his medicine. So I'm on my way to go find him right now. So they had your medicine. So I got your medicine. Alright, so
You can tell he's like shaking and obviously in pain.
She's gonna push my cart and then I'm gonna take his suitcase. He's talking about he's gonna go to a church. I said, no, I'm gonna get you a hotel room. But I know all these cars looking like, what the hell do they got going on? All right, yo. After an hour, we got Uncle room. Okay, here go your room. Oh, period. Period. Look at I done got you a room and everything. These this is your keys, Unc. I want you to enjoy yourself. Check out 11 o'clock. Here, give me some money.
Big Unc.
Okay. You got my number, right? You gonna be good?
So some people were saying that they felt a little weird about her getting him a hotel room, being near the hotel room. They were like a little worried, but obviously she was fine.
I love you.
I love you too, y'all. TikTok. We spent how many hours together, Unc?
We spend them.
We spend them. I haven't eaten all day. I'm hungry. I gotta go back to school. What kind of cancer you got?
Prostate, come on.
Prostate.
Prostate.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Aunt got cancer, y'all. I wanted to help him. It was crazy because I was gonna get my groceries delivered, and I decided to go on a walk. And you were so nice. All you asked for was tea. You said, "Can I get some tea?"
That's all.
And then you were so kind. I said, "No, I want to do more for him." So I'm glad that you allowed me to help you. You were so kind to me. And I really hope everything gets better with you. I'm going to pray for you.
Great.
I give you my number. I looked out for you. You got your prescriptions.
Yes, you did.
I give you some money so if you want to go get some food. So I'm going to look for you, Unc. So I'm going to see if I can raise... Y'all, TikTok, we need to raise money for Unc, y'all. We need to help Unc out. Seriously. Well, say bye to my TikTok, Unc.
Love her.
Love you. I just...
So sweet.
Got home. I just spent like 4 or 5 hours with him. I haven't eaten all day. I didn't actually grocery shop. Instead, I wanted to help him. I want to start a GoFundMe for him, y'all. Seriously. So hopefully this ends up on the Right People For You page. I got his information. I want to find him. I don't know.
So, you know, usually when things like this happen, people are very sour and they're like, oh, why do you have to video it? Why do you have to vlog it? I hate when people film everything, when they try to show that they're blessing people, which, you know, I understand to a degree, but obviously she was just going about her day. You saw the moment that he came and asked her for tea, and, you know, it was good. It was sweet for her to do it, and it was good that she put it on the internet because that opened up the opportunity for that money and blessings to come in through other people. So that was the first video. This, I believe, was after people donated.
I've been so lonely though.
Yeah, I think this is it.
I laid down and I asked God, could he bring my little angel back to me? And he said, rest my son. She's coming now. And you know what, though? I was in that room. I took a shower. And then I said, man, Lord have mercy. For some reason, well, I ain't finished it yet.
You want me to finish?
I haven't finished it.
Finish what?
The letter.
What letter?
The letter that I'm writing.
Writing me a letter?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
There's a reason why we crossed paths.
They talk like they're already like related. They've known each other for a minute.
So you remember yesterday I said I do TikTok, Unc? You remember?
Yeah.
I said I do TikTok, Unc. I'm not really that big on there, but I said, you know, I'm recording me going to the grocery store. I said, you want to be my TikTok?
TikTok?
You remember? And I was recording.
Yeah.
I got back to my place and I said, let me edit the video so, you know, I'm doing my video so I could post it. So it has been posted for less than 24 hours. And it has reached over, last time I checked, 12 million views.
Bad.
And I think close to 3 million likes. And then I made a GoFundMe for you.
You did?
Yes. And I asked people, I said, donate anything that's welcome. Everything will be given to you because I really want to help you.
I know you do.
And I think the last time I checked, they had raised over $150,000.
Shocking thing, ain't it? I feel damn good. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
It's so sweet. Like these two strangers that have crossed paths and helping. Well, she's helping him. He's so casual, right?
This is crazy.
What?
This is crazy. You got more money than me now.
That's ours.
That's out. No, that's yours.
No, that's ours.
No, I don't need it.
You do.
Me helping you was more than enough. You deserve it. What you gonna tell TikTok?
Hey, TikTok. You see me? I'm doing good. I'm grateful. She found me again. I feel real good, you know. This right here, it ain't such thing. I can defeat anything. Anything. You know why? You know why? I never stop. Never. I've been out here in the worstest, and still survive. Yeah.
You know what that's called? Faith.
Yeah.
Like, dude, your life is about to change.
Ooh, yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
TikTok, we did it!
The fact that it went that viral in like 24 hours and he was able to get $100,000 in 24 hours is amazing. It's a blessing. It's very, very like divine blessings. It's interesting though because we've talked about the homeless problem that's going on and how it's pretty effed up in America. Like there's so many people on the streets homeless, and a lot of the times people just like bypass or maybe give $1 or so, but she clearly went like above and beyond to make sure that he was okay, and that's sweet, and I love those stories. But it's just sad that like these things have to happen where we regular citizens have to pull together our money or use our own resources. She's using her credit card in order to help these people, when it really should be like our government or taxes or really things like put in place for us by the systems that be in order to stop the homeless problem. So when I see this, of course, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. I love the fact that she helps him, but it's just like there's so many other homeless people that really need attention and help, and it shouldn't be up to us that are also struggling and trying to pay bills and using credit cards to like just foot the bill and do all that for the homeless population. It should be just better things put in place. It's rare for people to care that much nowadays. It is. That's another reason why it's really heartfelt. So let's see. She has other videos with him. She did a cute little TikTok. Well, I don't know if I can play this because I'm on YouTube. The music be copyright infringement. I think I can play that one. Let's see. So yeah, she did some more videos with him.
Is there a trunk?
Getting him more stuff, make sure he had his medication. She got him a phone and everything like that. So sweet, so sweet, so sweet. But of course, like I said, there was this woman who came out. Hey, Bluey. Shut up. There was a woman who came out and exposed the homeless man for being the person that assaulted her. So this is that story.
It is a TikTok video of a college student in D.C. helping out a homeless man. It went viral, and a GoFundMe campaign raised more than $400,000 to help him.
But tonight, questions are being raised about the man's alleged criminal history. And Fox 5 Sierra Fox joins us live from Northwest with this exclusive report. Sierra?
The man in that viral TikTok video goes by Alonzo. Tonight, I exclusively spoke with a woman who says here in D.C. years ago when she was homeless, he beat her up, and now she's only sharing the harrowing details with Fox 5. The attack was caught on camera, and we want to warn you, it may be difficult to watch. This is exclusive video you will only see on Fox 5. Police say Alonzo Douglas Hebron put a scarf over the victim's head while she was sleeping outside Foundry United Methodist Church. Then he started punching her face and body for several minutes. The brutal assault happened in June 2020 on P Street in Northwest D.C.
I'm speechless. I do not understand how a human being can act like this. He's a sociopath. He does not have a sense of remorse.
The victim, who wants to remain anonymous for safety reasons, says she woke up at the hospital not remembering what exactly happened to her. She's sharing these photos of the aftermath.
Is this the man who assaulted you?
Yep.
The victim claims Hebron is known as...
I'm sorry, how do you want to be anonymous and then be all up in the news at the same time? I'm not saying that she shouldn't, speak her story, but that's just a little bit of an oxymoron to me.
Yep.
The victim
Or
claims
contradiction.
Hebron is known as a violent and dangerous person in the homeless community.
So we in here.
That's why she says watching this viral TikTok video is triggering.
I've been struggling since then. I'm an alcoholic in recovery. Last week was my 18 months anniversary. And the last 2 days, yeah, I came close. I didn't, because he's not worth it.
After an hour, we got.
However, she does not fault the young lady for trying to help someone.
I was heartbroken. Heartbroken. I mean, first of all, kudos to the woman who did this. She meant well, and I do applaud her for that. I know it was a lot of work for her to do so. But portraying him as something he just simply isn't.
Records reveal back in November 2012, Hebron was sentenced to 5 years in prison for stabbing a man in the neck with a screwdriver during a fight on Queen Street in Northeast D.C. The suspect's past also includes other assaults and robberies. According to D.C. courts, Hebron was released to a halfway house last year in June 2023. He escaped and then was returned by the U.S. Marshal Service. It's not clear when he was released.
Why is he on the street? How many people does he have to hurt before? I'm sorry, it's locked up for good. He will not stop. I don't know what they're waiting for.
That's crazy. You're right.
Now, the victim you just heard from wants to make it clear it's not about the more than $400,000 that was raised for Alonzo. She's sharing her story because she does not want anyone else to get hurt.
So very, very interesting. That is that. That news broke pretty much not long after, you know, all the heartfelt moments of the GoFundMe going viral, having 400,000, and, you know, the heartwarming videos that she was doing. So people were very, very curious and holding their breath to see what she was going to do, what she was going to say, if she was going to continue to help out the man. There were rumors that GoFundMe was holding the funds that people donated, and I guess maybe possibly not going to give it to him. And what else? Some people were starting to request their refunds back from the GoFundMe. So I wonder where it's at right now. Does she have it on her link tree? Oh wait, yeah, there it is. Hold on. Where's that at right now? So it's still at 400,000, a little bit over it now. Yeah, so I guess, you know, so at 400K. Let's see what she has to say about that update. She definitely went all out for a man she had never met. That's unfortunate. He turned out to a man capable of exactly. Does he even seem like he would be? I mean, you can't judge a book by a book by its cover, but he does not look like he's capable of doing those things. Maybe because he's like hurt now and sick now, and maybe he wasn't as sick before. But his vibe and his energy with her is very, very, you know, different or whatever. But, you know, you never know. And I think that's the thing. When you go to help out someone, you don't know their background. There's a reason why someone's homeless. It could be that they're mentally ill. It could be that they're, you know, an ex-con or a criminal and they're having a hard time getting housing. It could be, you don't know their past. You don't know their history. But that's not really what you ask when you're helping someone. You don't be like, oh, okay, let me see your criminal record. Let me get some references. Let me make sure you're a good person before I give you this money. It's like, no, you see someone in a bad situation and you want to help them out. So you help them out. I thought she was going to show him on here, but I guess they're talking about how he wants to go to her graduation. So let me show y'all what she had to say about the update.
Me because I miss y'all. Actually, I think I know y'all miss me because the comments, the tags, the messages I've been getting because you guys were so concerned. I just feel so good that you guys care about me and love me. I have my own big family now. You guys literally are my family. Now I want to say I'm sorry for leaving you guys worried. I have been trying.
Now that's giving content creator. I'm not gonna lie.
traveling. Aside from that, I just want to continue to express my gratitude for supporting me and loving me for who I am and what I'm doing. Now, when it comes to helping people, that has never been nothing new for me because I was taught that growing up to be a giver. I'm definitely a firm believer of everything happens for a reason, and God put me at that place at the right time. I mean, I never document helping somebody, so the one time I was innocently just vlogging and then this all happened, it's all a part of God's plan. And to be able to raise money and bring awareness, inspire so many of you in such a short amount of time is surreal. Like, I'm still trying to process it. Am I dreaming? Is this life right now? And one thing about life is unpredictable. So I am definitely aware of, the news that have been circulating, and I felt the need to address this because first and foremost, I mean, the same time you guys found out about it is the same time I found out about it. And y'all know I'm a Cancer. I gotta process everything in my emotions, and to that women and others that have went through something like that, my heart goes out to all of you. I love and I'm praying for you, and then I support you. My main goal is to continue to help others and elevate. Circling back to my statement of everything does happen for a reason, this made me reflect and think about my nonprofit that, I was inspired to start because of all of this. I understand that life happens. We all have a story. We all have a background. It's just a part of the game. I mean, we were all placed on this earth and no one was given a blueprint. We still figuring it out each and every day. I understand the importance of second chances, and that's what I want my nonprofit to be about, is giving people a second chance. If anybody knows what it feels like to need a second chance, it would be me. No one knows this, but when I applied to UC Berkeley my senior year of high school, I got denied. It was hard for me, but I took what I learned from that situation, and then I ended up getting accepted a year later. They gave me a second chance.
Okay, we got that. Thank you. Love that.
I do want to address, there has been some news circulating that GoFundMe is holding the funds. To my knowledge, as of right now, that is false. I will be working with them closely to figure everything out, and I would definitely update you guys. Along with that, I understand that everyone in this world is different. Not everyone is going to agree. Everyone has their different perspectives. So because of that, if you disagree with anything, please feel free to request your refund. I mean, I've been seeing refunds being requested, so continue to do so if you wish. I'm just grateful that you wanted to donate. Your heart was at the right place at the right time. But I'm not leaving y'all in the dark anymore. I'm here. I got more content coming. I can't wait for you guys to see my Fashion Week content. I'm starting to YouTube because...
Love that. Yeah, y'all go. If you're interested, you follow her. Hustlanani is her name, but we're not gonna listen to the whole video. I like how she handled that. Me too. Absolutely. Facts, you spelled it wrong. Yeah, I definitely, agree with her sentiment. But like I said, there's still a lot of people who don't believe that he should be getting the money because of, like, basically people were under a false understanding or a false idea of who this man was. So, I get it from that perspective as well, especially from this perspective of lady. If this man, like, literally just beat you up a couple years ago, the last thing you want to see is him being painted to be some, like, cute little homeless man that this young girl is helping out, and he's getting hundreds of thousands of dollars. But then again, the universe works in mysterious ways. You can't dictate what someone should and should not be getting. You think his calm nature, maybe being a lack of emotion, could play into his harmful behaviors? I could see that. But then again, I can only imagine, what being homeless does to someone. But then again, he could have been a violent person before he went homeless. Who knows? We never know. Someone has a lot of tabs open. Ignore them. None of your business. You'll follow her after the report. I'm sure you will, Caesar. I'm sure you will. So do you guys think that she should, or he should, keep the money or be able to keep the money that was donated? Or do you think that since he is a violent, criminal, and people donated under false pretenses, that he should not get the money? I was actually born homeless. How are you born homeless? Don't you come out of a womb? And, or was your mom homeless when she had you? It's all speculation at the end of the day. Right. That was a crazy video though. And that was wild. Let's look at the comments. Someone said, you guys don't give up hope on him. We ride for Nay and Unc. Unc did his time. He deserves a second chance, especially dealing with cancers. If refunds are being requested, their hearts weren't selflessly giving. That's a hard one. You can't. You don't know. You can't decide. Would you want your, if you had donated, would you want your refund back once you found out that Unc was out here beating up homeless women a few years ago? I don't think there's a wrong answer here. Like she said to, you know, in the video, that she understands if people want to request their money back. She has no hard feelings about it. Are you guys unsure? Actually, let me close out these tabs since we don't need those anymore. He said, I think there should be an investigation of his past offenses. They did do an investigation of his past offenses. What do you mean? She just gave you the news lady just gave the whole rundown of his rap sheet. And those should be used to determine if he gets it or not. More money amplifies who we are as a person and could do a lot of harm. Okay, so you think that if he gets the money, that could put him in a position to continue to have those harmful behaviors and, you know, maybe even get away with it or continue to do what he was doing before. I can see that. People should be given a second chance, and I agree. Okay, so Caesar thinks that they should be given a second chance. Darius is like, I don't know. You know, you could give it a violent homeless man a whole bunch of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, might not be the best for the public good. When I was born, my parents were homeless. My dad lost his job. My mom was weak. Aw, and it was pretty tough for us. But luckily, my friends helped us in our life. That's good. See, and that's what we all need each other for. You know, we all are in this together, on this earth together. But I mean, week she was sick. Okay, got you. Well, I'm so glad that you and your family came out on the better side of that. That's a blessing for sure. Though having to deal with my narcissistic grandfather and gearing the lady saddens me. What? So you think, oh, he reminds you of your grandfather? You're on the fence. You're on the fence. These are always on the freaking fence. God damn it. Choose a side. It is a hard choice. It is a very, like I said, it's a very moral question, which is why I wanted to talk about it, because I can understand both sides completely, for sure. I think that if I had donated, I wouldn't request my money back because, you know, I gave it without already knowing. I didn't know the whole situation, which is I would have seen what would happen. I'm like, okay, let me give some money. You know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I really hope he doesn't hurt anybody, though. I really hope that this... Man, I don't know if he can with the cancer. Maybe he'll sit down somewhere. But who knows? I guess we'll have to see what the future holds for Alonzo. It's a tough one. Yeah, it's definitely a tough one. So speaking of tough topics, before we get into our last story, we have to talk about this crazy shooting that just happened at Joel Olsteen's church. I'm sure you guys have heard of Joel Olsteen, right? It's so weird because I don't think I've ever watched a sermon of his or anything of his, and yet I know his name very, very well. People have been talking about him for a while. He's an owner of that huge mega church. We see him on TV a lot with that smile. I don't know if it's plastic surgery smile, but it's very the mask. Wow, I came in late. Well, we're kind of just blowing through these stories pretty fast, but yeah, this is the third story. We had a shooting here too. Really? I didn't even hear that there was a shooting in Washington. Unfortunately, these shootings are becoming so commonplace that it's like they're almost not a big deal anymore. We're getting what's the word? We're getting desensitized because it's like there's always a shooting going on. No longer is it big sensational news. It's like, okay, there's another shooting. There's another shooting here, another shooting there. Like, really, that's what America is? Can't even go to church or can't even go to a festival or a concert or to the grocery store or anything without thinking like, okay, let me be weary of the fact that someone could come here and try to shoot us all up. Schools, it's sad. And the fact that we just, like, that alone is something that should stop society, stop our politicians in their track and like, hey, let's focus on this particular issue. Because, you know, I feel like if it was in the past, if it was just like a few years, like a few decades ago, and mass shootings were a thing, it would have been taken a lot more seriously. But since everything in our politics is just like left or right, and who's going to win, it's a battle and not necessarily what's right for society, we are just stuck in a situation where there's like a gridlock on what should be the most obvious of things. We have to stop these shootings. Murders every other day, right? It's commonplace. And then we, the United States, have the audacity to give travel advisories about other countries. Literally, I'm sure every country has a travel advisory about us. Hey, be careful going to the United States. You could be just going to get something from the grocery store, and so it could come in and go bang, bang, bang. Yeah. Don't get me started. I'll rant on about it for a while, but this particular shooting is crazy. Like I said, a lot has been happening in the past 24 hours, so this has just happened like yesterday. I don't know if there's a full moon happening right now or if there's some star in Aquarius or Jupiter or whatever the fuck, but this shooting is extremely peculiar because it involves a woman and a 5-year-old child. The 5-year-old also had a gun. Let me show you guys the videos. Of course, it's not going to show the actual shooting. I actually did see on TikTok, someone had posted their point of view when they were like, the shooting had happened and they were leaving the church and everything. But I don't know if that would be too graphic to show. They didn't show anyone getting shot, but it's still like, still a little weird. Okay, so yeah, this is what happened.
In Houston tonight, a peaceful day of prayer.
Active shooter out of Central area, Lakewood Church.
Turning violent. Around 2 p.m. local time, Houston police say a female shooter entered Lakewood Church, the worshiping home of televangelist pastor Joel Olsteen, a mega church that can hold 16,000 people.
She was armed with a long rifle and a trench coat with a backpack, accompanied by a small child, approximately 4 to 5 years old. Once she entered, at some point she began to fire.
All of a sudden we just heard in the backstage, somewhere around the back out there, a few shots fired.
This man says he was waiting for a Spanish service to begin when gunshots rang out.
Officer and agent engaged, striking the female.
Police say the shooter died at the scene, adding the young child with her was hit and is in critical condition. Investigators say a man was shot in the leg, but is not believed to have been involved.
Once she went down, officers reported back to us that she threatened, that she had a bomb. So we searched her vehicle, our bomb squad, and also the backpack. No explosives were found, but she was also...
Why do I feel like I've seen this man so many times? Is he in the FBI? No, he's in the FBI. He's Houston police.
Spraying some type of substance on the ground.
Police blocking off the area with many evacuating.
And I thought that I maybe could die. After that, I just sent a message to my husband saying that I love him, and to my daddy saying the same.
Authorities believe the incident was isolated. Pastor Olsteen speaking out late today.
We're going to continue to move forward, and there are forces of evil, but the forces that are for us, the forces of God, are stronger than that.
Tonight, a community of worship shaken. Jesse Kirsch, NBC News.
Yeah, so people were not feeling. They only showed a snippet of what Joel Olsteen was saying, but people were not feeling how he responded to the shooter thing. And I thought that the child had a gun, and that's why the cops had to shoot the little boy in the leg or something. But I'm not sure about that. There's a reason why the kid got shot, but I don't think the police want to like just come out and be like, oh yeah, we shot the kid too. He definitely got Botox. Right. Clearly something's going on. He looks like the mask. But this is more of what Joel Olsteen had to say, and see if you could pay attention to his facial expressions and how he responded, and see if you can see why people were upset.
To a story we brought to you as breaking news at 6. We now know the name of the shooter who opened fire at a church in Houston was killed at the scene. Police say the shooter, a woman, entered the house of worship megachurch with a boy. Police believe he's about 5 years old. Then police say the woman opened fire. 2 off-duty law enforcement officers at the church returned fire, killing the woman. The shooting was reported around the same time the Spanish language service was about to begin.
The officer and agent engaged, striking the female. She's deceased here on the scene. Unfortunately, the 5-year-old kid was hit and is in critical condition at our local hospital. There was a 57-year-old man who didn't have anything to do with it, I don't think. Was shot in the leg.
These men and women did an amazing job, and it's
Y'all
just,
look.
you said it, Chief, it could have been a lot worse. Of course, we're devastated. I mean, we've been here 65 years and have somebody shooting in your church, but, you know, we don't understand why all these things happen.
Damn, I hate that they're getting a side profile of him, but y'all can see his face, right?
We know God's in control.
He's smiling and smirking.
We'll pray for that little 5-year-old boy and pray for the lady that was deceased.
Look at that. Hold on. How can you say we're devastated and be smirking at the same time?
These men and women did an amazing job, and it's just, you said it, Chief, it could have been a lot worse. Of course, we're devastated. I mean, we've been here 65 years, and
we're devastated.
In church, but, you know, we don't understand why all these things happen, but we know God's in control, and we're going to pray for that little 5-year-old boy. And
give me a break. Right, so people were not happy about him, like how he responded. People were tearing Joel up in the comments. I'm gonna read them in a second. He is never gonna beat the evil allegations, because I don't even know how he has such a big church still, because people have been side-eyeing Joel Olsteen for a long time. That's the only reason why I know his name, I swear to God, because he's almost like a cartoon, like a satirical version of a pastor. We're going to watch this other video about it, but I just wanted to read the comments of what people were saying. People were saying, wake up, his church is not a house of the Most High. Beware of wolves in sheep clothing. He has the same answer for everything. Nothing. This person says, I can't believe people buy this guy's act and actually give him tons of their money. I was able to see through his BS instantly, and I'm normally pretty gullible. Sad. Joel was smiling all through his speech. He's so fake. Of course we're devastated, he says with a big grin. So yeah, people, everywhere I've seen it online, people have been tearing Joel up. He's a positive pastor, but he has moments where I shake my head. Oh, okay. So you're not anti Joel Olsteen. You think that he's just a positive guy? He reminds me of Martin Short. Who is that? Who is that? Can I look that up? And without I love him. He's so funny. Yeah, I could see that. I definitely feel like Joel belongs more in acting than he does in preaching. That's his twin. Don't say that. Joel, go and get some more Botox quick. Quick. Caesar, do you go to church? You know about Joel Olsteen, and are you a fan? Because, you know, I'm always down to know different opinions. We do have, I don't even think I started it. Dang it. I always forget. We do have the Freak, the Martini Report channel on Stage Channel on Discord. Why do we keep forgetting? Why y'all keep forgetting to tell me that we have this? Or y'all don't even really use it. Have you ever been swallowed up? He's overly positive. Okay, but he definitely needs to show some sympathy. However, my mom went to his church in 2007. I can see that, like, you know, people thinking that, oh, he's just a jolly good fellow. And that's how he handles things, a very PR type of sense. But there have been a few things that Joel has done that has made people feel like he is not for the people at all. Like, he closed his church during the hurricane, or it was some type of natural disaster, and he was not down to open his church and help the peoples. And, you know, now with this shooting that's happened and his response to it just being like, oh, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if it's being overly positive or it's being overly fake. Like, where are your real emotions, sir? I listen to the same reason you forget. I listen to Hell's sermon, but my favorite is pastor is Fortik. I don't know who that is. Okay. So let's watch this last video on it. Apparently Free Palestine was written on the shooter's gun. This video came out literally just a few hours ago before I went live. So I wanted to keep up with like the breaking news with it.
This video shows a Spanish broadcast from Lakewood Church shortly before an afternoon service. Then the shooting began. Houston police say a woman in her early 30s and wearing a trench coat entered Lakewood Church with a rifle and a backpack and immediately opened fire.
I was just walking up.
I'm trying to understand the logic. Joel Olsteen's church, you bring a 5-year-old child, you got a rifle, you tell the police you got explosives. Like, dude, don't expect to get... Well, like, what is the plan? What is the plan? Are people just losing their minds? Or was she just purposely going after Joel? Maybe she was trying to get Joel out of here. You heard this on the radio? Yeah, it's all over the news. I'll send you pastor. Please don't. I don't care about the pastors. I really don't. Uh-oh, you know, he effed up. He's got to be involved in politics.
Stairs, and when I got on the top, like,
this is sad though. Imagine going to church, trying to hear the word of God, and then all of a sudden you hear pop, 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 pop. There's no peace.
Up the stairs, and when I got on the top, like, they started shooting. I don't know, like, I just heard, but it was like more than 10 shots.
Apparently they have a
boom, 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 and I yelled, "Mom!"
2 off-duty police officers working at the church shot and killed the attacker. A young boy between 4 and 5 years of age who was with the female shooter was hit by gunfire and was listed in critical condition overnight at a Houston area hospital. A 57-year-old man in the church was shot in the leg and is also being treated.
That female, that suspect, put that baby in danger. I'm gonna put that blame on her.
Police say before the shooter died, she claimed to have a bomb, but officers say no explosives were found. Pastor Joel Olsteen praised the swift actions of law enforcement and said the church is praying for the victims and the shooters.
I love how the 2 of the videos that I've shown, actually no, all 3 videos, I feel like they're purposely trying to hide the fact that Joel is over there smiling throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, as someone who does videos and editing and things like that, like these things are very purposeful, especially when it's the news. They edit things in a certain type of way that they can, you know, make something go away that might not look right. Like with the Super Bowl, when Alicia Keys hit that bad note at the beginning of the song, When you look on the edited version on YouTube, they've completely edited out the part where her voice cracked. So it's like you really gotta be careful of these editors. It's just really interesting to me how they said that, oh, you know, Joel is over here praising the police force or the officers that you know saved them or whatever, and they show him smiling, da 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 da. But if they had showed the whole thing, they would have showed that he was smiling throughout the whole thing, and that would have been a bad look. I'm sorry. I'm starting to see through the bullshit, y'all. The more things that I learned, the tricks of the trade, the more you really start to see the bullshit. It's like, oh, why was it edited that way? Why are you only showing the side of his face? You know, just questions like that.
Were found. Pastor Joel Olsteen praised the swift actions of law enforcement and said the church is praying for the victims and the shooter's family.
Of course, we're devastated. We're going to pray for that little 5-year-old boy and
see, they're not even showing him
that was deceased, her family and all, and the other gentlemen. There are forces of evil, but the forces that are for us, the forces of God are.
See, y'all saw that with the editing? Oh, come on, tell me y'all saw that. They purposely did not show his face smiling until he was saying something positive that would make sense that he would be smiling about. When he was talking about, oh, we're devastated, we're sad, da 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 da, about what happened, they're panning over to the crowd. They're not showing, you know, his face. But then when he's talking about, oh, how glad he is that everyone's, you know, here or alive, they show him smiling. They aren't going to fool me, god dang it.
His family.
Of course, we're devastated. We're going to pray for that little 5-year-old boy and pray for the lady that was deceased, her family and all, and the other gentlemen. There are forces of evil, but the forces that are for us, the forces of God are stronger than that. So we're going to keep going strong and just, you know, doing what God's called us.
And you know it's also about his smile? I'm sorry, Caesar, I don't mean to go in on him if this is your man. But first of all, look how grim everybody is around him. Nobody around him looks like they're having a good day. And even when he's trying to smile and give the whole the whole performative pastor thing, notice how the sides of his lips don't turn up. These are the type of things that you guys got to pay attention to. I actually learned this in college about nonverbal communication, how you can actually learn a lot more about what people are saying, not from what's coming out of their mouths, but from their facial expressions and these little micro expressions that come out. So the fact that he's smiling, like how, you know how we normally smile, we're like this. But when he talks and when he's supposed to be smiling, his lips are downturned like a fish.
To do, lift people.
It's always like that.
The world.
Dale Hurds.
I bet they woke up for that bullshit and go back to sleep. Oh yeah, that would piss me off too. Wake up early to go to church, and then you gotta deal with that BS. And the same thing with the officers. Nobody wants to be there. He's my second favorite, and he's overly positive. Okay, Caesar. Well, you know what? I love that for you. He's overly positive. I see it as something else. I get a little uncomfortable when someone's smile doesn't fully reach their face. You know, when they're just smiling in here. Let me try to do it. Because I always smile very authentically, or when I'm fake smiling, it's very obvious. But there's people who try to pass off a smile and they don't. It doesn't go to their eyes. It's like clearly fake. It's like, hi. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to meet you. Oh, you are so wonderful. I still look like I was smiling with my eyes though. I feel like my eyes always look like they're smiling. Hold on. I can't even fake smile. I can't make it. But just be wary. Next time you guys are, you know, trying to figure out if someone's lying to you or someone's being fake, pay attention. Make sure everything in their facial expressions match up. So when we smile, when more people smile and they're actually happy, their lips are upturned. The the smile reaches their eyes, it affects their eyes, and it's a full-blown happy expression. If someone looks a little off when they're trying to talk to you or when they're trying to lie to you, there's a reason. My mouth doesn't curve upward when I'm smiling. Yeah, you're fake. When you smile genuinely, yeah, it does. When you try to do that smile, it doesn't. That's why I always say I love when you actually smile, because it's a beautiful smile, but you rarely do that. And you're a psychopath, basically. You're a Joel Olsteen. Impossible. Things are happening. Anyway, don't get me started. We have to go and talk about this Super Bowl, y'all. It's time to talk about the Super Bowl. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready for this? I smile like a psychopath. I believe it. I honestly do. You know, they say white guys tend to be more psychopaths. I'm just kidding. I believe in genuine smiles. So I only smile when that's a lie. You have two completely different smiles. What about your smile? You have a creepy smile. No, I'm just kidding. What about your smile? What do you mean? What are you asking? If it's a psychopathic smile or not? No, I wouldn't say so. There. Okay, so the Super Bowl, y'all. Even though I didn't watch it, we have to talk about the Super Bowl that happened last night, because it's breaking news and it's what everyone's talking about and it's got everyone's attention. Is your smile bad? Caesar, I feel like you're fishing for compliments right now. When have I said anyone's smile in here is bad? That's not even what we're talking about. But anyway, back to the Super Bowl. I will admit, as y'all know, I am not a football or an NFL fan. I was not even about football. I like sports, but I'm not an NFL fan at all. So I had to do some post-game research about what all happened and who won and who all was there. But I will say I accurately predicted who is going to win the Super Bowl. I, like many others, only became aware of the Chiefs due to the nonstop reporting of Taylor Swift's and Travis Kelce's relationship. The Super Bowl shitty. She doesn't like him. Oh, wow. Bluey is coming in hot with his opinions. You don't think Taylor likes Kelce? He's got too much Botox. Who, Kelce? Or are you talking about Joel Olsteen? You make sure you're actually seeing the live stream. I know on YouTube you have to click the live button sometimes to make sure you're in the current live and not just like a few minutes behind. No, she's using him. Is she using him or is he using her? Or are they using each other? What's up, Mercy? Though, yes, get into the Super Bowl. Though her music is good. Yeah, we're going to talk about all that. So, Travis Kelce is a tight end. That phrase is so funny to me. The fact that there's a position called tight end. I'm sorry. I'm too immature to be able to say tight end without smiling. But yeah, so apparently he's a tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. And while putting this story together, I found out that last year's Super Bowl with his team and the Eagles was actually the most watched Super Bowl ever, with about 115 million viewers. That's pretty wild. I don't even know. I mean, I'm like, people still watching TV and stuff like that? You never thought of tight end that way? Really? That's all I think about every time I hear it. So, yeah, 15.1 million viewers for the Super Bowl last year with Travis Kelce. And I don't know why that it was such a big deal. Maybe you guys can let me know, please. If you guys know anything about football, don't be shy to say something and give your input, because like I said, I'm learning these things as I go. But that's about when I started to hear like Travis Kelce's name popping up Even though my timeline, like, it rarely has anything to do with sports or football, and things like that. So when I start seeing football things and football players pop up on my feed, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why do y'all want me to know this? So reportedly, he and Taylor got together towards the fall of last year. When does football season start? I know most of you guys don't even watch football. When does football season start? Oh, okay. So regular football, or the regular season for the NFL, starts in September. What a coincidence. What a coinkydink. So about the time football season started last year is when Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift got together. So after that, the NFL marketing machine has been on full throttle, pushing these two, pushing Taylor, pushing, their relationship. We saw Chief colored jerseys being made with Taylor's name on it. We saw their lucky number on them, sweatshirts and t-shirts saying, "Go Taylor's boyfriend." There's all kinds of merch. I'm sure you guys have seen it. So Travis Kelce, his merch as well, his football merch, is being pushed like never before. I don't think that I've ever gotten so sick of a celebrity relationship so fast, because I don't even watch football, and yet I'm constantly being bombarded by Taylor and Travis news. And typically when this type of thing is happening, when something is being pushed in the media like this, there's a huge PR machine behind it. There's a huge plan behind it. Taylor's a big, entertainer. Travis is, I guess, a really big football star. I think someone said they're trying to make him the new Tom Brady or something, if that's the name. But, that would make sense to me. There always has to be some football star that, gets the people going. So I'm happy for those who find enjoyment out of this. To me, it's very obvious that there's a lot of money to be made behind their relationship. And the NFL is a superior money-making machine. So I guess they're geniuses at putting these things together. So the Chiefs getting last night game-winning touchdown in the last few moments of the game sparked rigged rumors that have been buzzing about the NFL for a while. And because I'm nowhere near a football expert, I'm going to throw it to the real football fans to explain their reasonings as to why they've been saying that the NFL is rigged. Let me show y'all. Hey, Izzy. Y'all, Izzy made it. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Perfect timing, Izzy, because I think you're the only person in here that watches football like that. You and Mercy, because Mercy watches football. Although I think she was just trying to see Usher and Justin Bieber gyrate their hips. Okay, so this is the first video.
Line of scrimmage. Okay, it's the play right after this. First and 10 again. He got clearly over the line. So it's first and 10.
They just blatantly cheated for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Blatant.
And I'm the only motherfucker that caught this shit. Look, it's first and 10 right now.
Watch it.
He gets it.
Right here.
All right. He goes like 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. 2 yards. That'll be second and 8. Okay, so it says second down.
All right, watch it.
It should be second and 8, second and 7, right?
Second and 8, what it should be.
Watch that.
I want to come up here. Look, see opposite second down?
Should be second and 7, second and 8.
Oh,
first and 10! First and 10 again! First and 10 again! What? I thought I was the only one that caught that. I texted Q and he said, I swear I saw that shit too.
Imagine having money on, a lot of money riding on the game, and you just see blatant tomfoolery happen in front of your eyes. I don't quite understand that clip. Like I said, I don't watch football like that, but they seem to see some funny business going on. Every sports fan I know thinks it's rigged and has for quite a while. Well, not every sports fan. Remember, Chris is not someone who thinks that it's rigged. I used to play defensive lineman in high school. Okay, gambling is bad. It is, especially on a game or on things like this are clearly being pulled. There's some strings being pulled here. You're a state champion for a track in high school. Well, you used to be. Oh wow, you have major props to you, because I hate running. I could never. So here's another video of a person that was sussing the Super Bowl.
Steps away from the heat.
A dot?
And it's knocked away at the last moment.
Right.
Oh boy, McDuffie able to defend it on Debo.
That's just right. I
He
ain't gonna
makes it 55 yards. 54 was the record. Steve Christie and Moody.
Mother!
The rookie nails it. A Super Bowl record from 55 out. Third and less than one. It's Rice with the carry, and he has the first.
Fucking wing
the ball
tee.
came out. It ended up in the hands of Justin Watson.
They needed that other weapon on the outside other than Kelsey.
79 catches on the season for Rice as Mahomes rolls out.
Oh my goodness. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Come on, bro. Come on. Like, bro, come on, bro. Come on, let's tighten up. Let's tighten up. I told y'all, I catch everything, bro. I catch let's tighten up, guys. Let's tighten up. Like, can we at least make it less obvious? You feel me?
Rolls out.
At least less obvious. Like, look at this guy. He's perfectly, they're not going to try to show it, but like, my man is perfectly in phase with the play, right? He sees it coming from a mile away, bro. That football player, that specific football player was not born yesterday, right? Boom. Launches it. Now watch this guy. What the hell is he looking at? Everybody else looking at the ball but you. Everybody else. Now look. He fading away from the ball. Come on, bro. That just doesn't happen, bro. That just doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen, bro. Any other game, they both are sandwiching that man. He's getting 1% closer to CTE, and he's dropping that ball, bro.
As you guys see, people are hot. Chiefs also have the most missed offensive penalties after review over the last 2 seasons. Okay, now say that in layman's terms. So the Chiefs, Travis Kelce's, Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team also have the most missed offensive penalties. Okay, so if it's an offensive penalty that they missed after review, so that means that the refs, they cheat all the time and don't get caught. Oh, okay. I'm over here like trying to figure out, use context clues to figure out what an offensive penalty is. I want to do more research and get back to you on my opinion about what? About the rigness? Well, let's see what these people have to say. There's a lot of people that have been going online feeling some type of way about the game.
No one can convince me that this game was not rigged. I am telling you right now, from the second these two started dating, this is the exact picture the NFL wanted. And I made a video predicting this back in January. I said if the Kansas City Chiefs make it to the AFC Championship, they are going to win the Super Bowl. And exactly what I said would happen, happened. The NFL tonight just set a record for the most watched Super Bowl of all time. Ever since COVID happened, the NFL has been dying. And they were willing to do absolutely anything to get their ratings back.
I do remember that. I remember when the Super Bowl or the NFL was starting to lose its power a little bit. People weren't caring as much. And then even the halftime show was like, we were all like, if we were watching, it was for the halftime show. It just wasn't hitting like it did. And then the Super Bowl came, or the NFL came back full force. They're like, okay, we are not going to let y'all forget about us. They apparently brought out the works with the halftime show. Usher did his thing. Ludacris, Jermaine Dupri. Who else did he? Alicia Keys, her. It was a crazy, huge performance. And then the celebrities that were there. Ice Spice was hanging out with Taylor Swift, who was hanging out with Serena Vanderwoodsen. That's what I call her. It is very random, very just a lot of weird things going on. That was just like clearly a lot of hype for the Super Bowl. And then the commercials, even the commercials got good again. I remember the commercials used to be like kind of getting real stank and not as interesting because it used to be way back in the day. I would just, because I didn't want to watch the football game, I would Google the football commercials, because the football commercials, the Super Bowl commercials were so fun and so interesting. You just wanted to see like what these commercials were, and even the commercials were getting kind of lame and stagnant or whatever. Apparently this year they were going insane with the commercials. Beyonce was in a commercial for Verizon. Kanye West had a random pop-up commercial where he was telling people to go to his website. I saw that. I think Joe Biden, they had Joe Biden talk about shrinkflation. I don't know if that was during the football game or not. Apparently the Church of Scientology, they had a commercial. A Christian, Jesus had a commercial. Everybody had a freaking commercial. They really brought out the works for this particular Super Bowl. You mean CeeLo and Kanye West? I didn't think that was Kanye at first. will.i.am. I didn't forget about will.i.am and Lil Jon. Right. Okay, so let's go back to what you were saying. Sorry.
Ratings back, even if that means rigging a game. You may be asking me, yo Griff, how was it rigged? This guy right here. This guy throughout the entire season didn't miss one kick. Not a single one. If he got that extra point, then the Kansas City Chiefs go down the field, they don't get a field goal, they don't score, they lose. In the biggest kick of this guy's life, he misses. I'm just more pissed off than anything that they can't just let things play out anymore. Every one of these professional sporting events needs to have some sort of external factor influencing the outcome of the game. I honestly might not even watch the NFL next year.
He had like a lot of likes, I think. How many likes did this have? Of course, now I can't see. And then there was this guy who had a lot to say.
You see the NFL is rigged, right?
And of course, it's about Taylor Swift as well.
You see the NFL is rigged, right? You actually going to believe that that game was not thrown so the Kansas City Chiefs could win it at the last second? They came back. You know when I knew everything was rigged and fake with this game is when they did the punt and then the ball rolled off the back of one of the player's foot, and then Kansas City got the ball down at the end of the field. You remember when that happened? And then, of course, they got a touchdown immediately on the first throw. Oh, they gave Taylor Swift her game, didn't they? Congratulations, Taylor Swift. Congratulations. I think they had the camera on you more than they did the whole game. NFL is rigged. All these players are actors. It was all set up. Matter of fact, you can even feel at the end of the game how rigged it was. None of these people look excited to win the Super Bowl like it would have been in the 80s and the 90s. It's like they're super tired and they're just glad all their acting is over for the night.
I just realized, I actually just read the caption. This is why he really came in high. He lost $1,300. Now, sir, I believe you. I'm hearing what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You seem like a nice guy. But I am definitely side-eyeing you if you're only now seeing the holes of this and you bet on the 49ers and lost $1,300. Like, sir, I don't even play football. I don't even watch football. And I would have bet $1,000 on the Chiefs. We saw that coming from a mile away. We saw the merch. They had all the merch ready. There's been too much t-shirts, hats, jackets, all kinds of things made for Travis Kelce, Chiefs, Taylor Swift, for them to just throw that away. You think they're just gonna leave it up to happen chance and not give Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift another freaking potential to go to another Super Bowl and them have another big old Super Bowl event next year? Oh my gosh, Jerry, don't distract me. Am I gorgeous while I'm ranting? I'm just saying, like, how you gonna come in here and act like, oh, okay, I know, But sir, you should have seen that coming from a mile away. He said in the caption, "I will never watch NFL football again. The Super Bowl is rigged. Taylor Swift, are you happy?" He is pissed. He is pissed. And yes, Taylor Swift is a big focus of the rigged rumors, at least when it comes to the Chiefs. And some people are not happy. It's very much so giving Illuminati. Illuminati rumors.
Conspiracy theories around Taylor Swift rigging the Super Bowl are swirling. Let me explain. It seems to have started earlier in January with Fox News talking head Jesse Waters floating the idea that the pop star is a government psyop on his show.
Well, around 4 years ago, the Pentagon's Psychological Operations Unit floated turning Taylor Swift into an asset during a NATO meeting.
He then played a clip from this 2019 International Conference on Cyber Conflict to back up his claim.
So I include Taylor Swift in here because she's a fairly influential online person. I don't know if you've heard of her.
However, the woman in the clip shown indeed does not work for the Pentagon, as Fox's Waters said. She was a researcher at Johns Hopkins at the time, and was giving a presentation about how influential people can combat misinformation online. Days after he made the allegation, a Pentagon spokesperson denied the claim, using Taylor Swift lyrics to respond saying, quote, "As for this conspiracy, we're going to shake it off." Swift and
That, to me, that is crazy. I'm sorry. The Pentagon is commenting on Taylor Swift using Taylor Swift lyrics. 2024 is so freaking unserious. I'm tired of the time period we're living in.
off. Swift endorsed Biden in 2020 and urged her followers to register to vote. This is also being used by many online to inform their conspiracy theories about Taylor Swift. They see her relationship with Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce and the media focus on their relationship as reason to believe she's being used as a psyop to rig the Super Bowl and influence Americans to vote for Joe Biden this November. Then this past Monday, former presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy wrote on X, quote, "I wonder who's going to win the Super Bowl next month. And I wonder if there's a major presidential endorsement coming from an artificially culturally propped up couple this fall."
Not artificially propped up couple.
Explain.
So yes, the conspiracy theories are conspiracy theory. I kind of love it, just because I feel like we are really in an age and time where thinking deeper and questioning things are more commonplace. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments of the video below after this is posted, and let me know in the stream, you guys. Do you guys feel like there is something behind this? I mean, I feel like we're all kind of on the same page. I don't know if there's too many people who think otherwise. I will say that I've seen some people say that if the 49ers won, then they wouldn't be saying that is rigged. And I guess that's fair, but I don't think everyone that's side-eyeing the game are on one side or the other. Obviously, I'm not pro either one, but even I've been side-eyeing it for a while, so I don't even think you have to watch the NFL to see it for the internet or entertainment company that it is. It makes a disgusting amount of money to distract us from bigger issues. That's just what I feel. Like, did you guys know that while the Super Bowl was happening, Israel just so happened to start bombing a city in Gaza, killing about 100 people, including children? What a coincidence, right? Crazy coincidence. They just so happen, while we're over here watching the Super Bowl, literally at the same time, this is what was happening. Airstrikes. Airstrikes on the Palestinian people, women, children, whatever. But like I said, crazy coincidence, you know? I guess that's just what it is. Before I finish off this story, I needed to talk to you guys about this post because I'm very, very confused. What the F is happening here? They rigged the game. They did it. Bluey is not playing. He's like, I already know it, god dang it, it's rigged. But to even give evidence to what you're saying, Bluey, this was posted by Joe Biden's Instagram page. What is seemingly Joe Biden's Instagram page. And I say that because although it's Joe Biden, it says Joe Biden has like the verified check or whatever, I know that the president of the United States, their social media pages are POTUS. So he has two pages. One, the Joe Biden one, and then President of the United States, POTUS. And they have about the same amount of followers. This has 17 million. This has 19 million. But anyway, let's just say for all intents and purposes right now that this is Joe Biden's page, official page. And this is what he posted, or what was posted. The caption says, just like we drew it up, Chiefs. Just like we drew what up, Joe? What are you saying? He's too old to... I mean, yeah, obviously Joe Biden wasn't up at midnight last night, put it out memes on Instagram. Obviously, it was an intern or someone, a social media manager that posted this. We know this. But it's still wild. I mean, think about this, you guys. Remember how the president, being the president of the United States, was the most prestigious, the most important, the most serious role position in our entire country? Remember when presidents had to, talk a certain way, present a certain way, everything that they do, even down to what they wear, the ties, everything is orchestrated for a reason. Have you guys not watched Scandal? Come on now. So for the president's page to put up this post, which I understand is a reference, I think, to the dark Brandon memes or whatever, and to say, just like we drew it up, Chiefs. Meanwhile, everyone's talking about how rigged the game is. Meanwhile, Israel just started bombing Palestine during the same time that this is being posted by our president, who is helping to assist what's happening over in Gaza. This is what I'm saying, you guys. When it comes to these big ass platforms, especially one like the president of the United States, one like a tight end of an NFL, whatever, what is it called, team, when it comes to being a pop star, a big pop star of the United States, everything that they do and everything that we see about them has been put together by either a PR team or by a marketing team or by someone who wants us to see a certain thing. That's just what it is. Not even on some conspiracy theory type thing. That's just how it goes with celebrities. Except for when, of course, they just go wild posting on social media and they're like, what the heck is your PR manager? What are you doing? For the most part, everything that they do and everything that they present is very thought out and planned. So, for the president's page to post this very disturbing meme saying, just like we drew it up, and the bombings happening and the things, we're getting distracted by what's happening in Israel, it was not a good look. Even if they meant it as a joke for fun or whatever, it's still a very, very poor timing to do this, especially when Israel just started bombing again Gaza last night. So that's why I was like, okay, maybe this isn't the actual president's page. That's when I was like, okay, maybe this isn't really his page. But I don't know. It's very confusing. This is, like I said, this is his presidential page. They're both verified. And see, that's another reason why I don't enjoy what they've been doing with the verified check marks where everyone can buy one, because now you have to question, like, okay, like, is this actually the person, or is this someone who just bought the verified check mark and then are trolling? But I would feel like it would be illegal to pose as the president, right, on a page. Like, I feel like this definitely... Is it not gonna let me go to his actual, into the page? Okay, come on. Okay, come on. What if it's gone? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, it is not like it was taken down. Even though it's been, people have been going off on the internet about this post because it's very tasteless, as y'all can see, went viral as compared to his other posts. It hasn't been taken down. They don't see anything wrong with it. Even if it's just about, like I said, supposed to be funny or whatever, you would think after it becomes such a huge, like, thing online that they would take it down. But they didn't take it down. Look at this comment with 25,000 likes. At this exact moment, Israel is carpet bombing one of the final remaining refugee camps in all of Gaza, where 1 million displaced Gazans have fled. Why are you posting this? It's not illegal. What's not illegal? He definitely was up to watch the game. It's not illegal. He was not up. He is not tweeting this. Someone said this can't be our president. 24,000. 26,000 likes. This would be great and awesome if you weren't funding genocide and ceasefire now. What the F? So, as you can see, like I said, this has caused quite the reaction online. And I honestly do feel like it is warranted. I feel like it's very inappropriate. And I love a joke. I love a joke. I love a meme. But, like I said, the timing of these things is getting to a point where it's like, are we just supposed to believe all this like children? Are we supposed to believe it's a coincidence that while people are being so distracted by the huge spectacle that is the Super Bowl, that our taxpayers are funding the killing of people in another country that we don't agree with? So yeah, let's best keep the Americans distracted, or at least do this while the Americans are distracted. And they have a whole bunch to talk about when it comes to the Super Bowl and all these celebrities. And then let's post this meme on the president's page saying just like we drew it up, amid rumors that the Super Bowl is rigged. Am I losing it? Am I just speaking to a void right now? Am I am I reaching? I don't think so. Because at a certain point, we're the adults. We don't, I mean, of course we still have our parents or whatever, but we are now the adults that have to make the critical do the critical thinking skills and make the decisions for ourselves, and, you know, seek out information for ourselves and do all that. So I feel like at a certain point, our intelligence is really being played with. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. It's strategically made. And I'm not even a huge conspiracy theory person, but more often than not, I feel like the sentiment behind these conspiracy theories are at least valid. Because when things start adding up, but the math ain't mathing, then you gotta at least ask questions. I'm not saying one thing is right and one thing is wrong, but as the adults of this situation that is currently having to deal with the BS of our society, we should at least ask questions when something don't freaking seem right. We can't just accept spoon-fed information and be like, okay, let's just keep going about our days. But, you know, at least Usher killed it at the Super Bowl, right? I will stop. If anyone has any comments or anything they want to say in the VC, that would be your time. That is the last story that I have for you guys. I could have talked about the interview between Tucker Carlson and Putin, but then we'll be here all night. We might have to do a separate video for that and actually like take the time to sit down and watch it, because it is a pretty big deal that, you know, I wouldn't even really call him a journalist. I don't even think Putin would call him a journalist, but that, you know, Tucker Carlson from America got to sit down with Putin. I don't even think Joe Biden sat down with Putin in a while. So that would be a whole other video. This shows the power of the media. You could be fooled and never know the reality. I mean, we hear all the time that history is written by the victors, and that propaganda is a thing, that lying is a thing, that da 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 da. All these things exist. We know that about past situations, but it's just so wild to currently live in it. And especially like we're in a time where we have the internet and we can communicate with each other a lot more than people could in the past. Like, I understand better how people could have been fooled in the past, because, you know, how can you verify the information you're given? Of course you're going to trust that the people and the entities that have the information are telling you the right information. There's no other way to find out otherwise. But now we have a lot more opportunity to see the things in our face and like, hey, something ain't adding up right. This is a little funny. But, and you're a public figure in our president. You bear a exactly. The fact that our presidency has become this much of a joke is terrifying to me. I'm not gonna lie. It's giving Idiocracy. Isn't that a movie? Where like the president was just like a complete idiot, like, you know, dancing around and blowing farts or something like that. Wasn't Terry Crews the president? I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in a while, but it's just, you know, wild. We see that things happening that have happened in our past, the warnings, the books, the conspiracy theories, the sci-fi thoughts and hypotheses. Like, we're seeing these things actually play out in real time, and everyone's just like, okay. No biggie, let's just keep going down this rabbit hole. What if every single celebrity was a plant? That's what people think. That, I mean, even Kanye said that. If you want to believe Kanye, he talks about how celebrities are controlled all the time. Same thing, that's what Prince was talking about. And it makes sense when you get to a point where you're so big and a lot of the money you're making is coming from these brands, these companies, these very powerful people. Money is just not just given freely, especially by, you know, these type of people. They're not just going to give you this money and be like, oh yeah, we believe in you. They're going to have expectations. You're going to have to do what they say to some degree. So that's why I don't envy the celebrity. And we talked about this on the Martini Report before, how the grandeur of the celebrity seems to be really waning. People are getting really, really tired. Especially now with this, I feel like Taylor Swift might be the end of the celebrity. Because people are really tired about her and this Travis Kelce game. They're going to really push their luck with that, because people are already talking about not watching the Super Bowl next year. These are actual football fans. So, yeah. That's that. That's all I have to say. I got no more to say about it. I was really excited though to talk about this Martini report just because there's a lot, like I said, a lot's been happening in the past few days. So wanted to put that out. I appreciate you guys for, you know, coming through and getting your bits and pieces of information. I hope I give you guys something to think about and take home and to, you know, just ponder. I'm going to go ahead and head on out of here and post the video for the people who want to catch it on the playback. So thank you. Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you, Madam CEO. I'm dead. Not you taking Caesar's thing. Bye, dearest. Bye, everybody.